Welcome back to Boy Band Break, where we encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some great boy band conversation. As always, my name is Diane.
I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Lydia, a.k.a. Mama Lou.
Sorry that we were off last week, but we are back with a vengeance. Woo! Can't control the weather, but
we're back again.
There was an ice storm, and we thought we'd be able to make it work, but it just kept getting worse. So lots of accidents and deaths. So we didn't want that upon us.
Yes.
Well,
we're still alive.
Yeah. We're still alive. So yay! And
yes.
Yes.
We have 2 birthdays coming up. Well, one is today, but
one is tomorrow or yesterday.
Whatever. December 7th in real life, Brady Tunton.
Oh, Brady.
He'll be 18 years old.
Finally legal. Okay.
Youngin.
The Greek god is. And now people can stop being like creeped out that they have a love of Brady.
Yeah, it's still creepy.
Yeah,
anyways, carry on.
All right, and then December 14th from pretty much Brandon Arega. He'll be 20. Happy birthday.
Really
Can we all collectively decide that in the new year, no new boy bands in this birthday list? Like, just like ones people actually know and care about that listen to this podcast?
Excuse
So
you.
are you saying like the major ones?
Yeah.
I agree, actually, because I don't want to read this anymore.
I feel like ever since we did our boy band new boy bands that we don't know episode, I was like, oh, I'm totally going to listen to all these new bands, and I haven't. And every time I'm like, who is this person? So
Listen here, you beef jerkies. All right, there are some boy bands that we just need to mention. In order for the boy bandium to grow, we need to also plant the seeds and water the seeds of the young boy band generation.
Let's do an experiment here. If you are listening to this podcast and you like pretty much Why Don't We
In real life.
In real life, 4th Ave.
Just 5 seconds of summer count.
We don't have them on there, but sure, if you like them, let us know.
Let us know if you actually listen to them and you want them included on the birthday list. And if we have not included people, who would you like us to include? Because I feel we didn't. Westlife, obviously.
I would like us to include the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
Yes, the Jonas Brothers.
I feel like Hanson, too, because I feel like they've been making, because if we're including the Jonas Brothers, we don't have to.
What about boy band adjacents? December 7th, 1987. Eric Carter.
We are not.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay, so a certain someone is turning 32 years old yesterday.
Is it the same someone?
Yes, it is your boy band adjacent. Lydia, would you like to?
Aaron Carter, it's your birthday. Well done. Please don't hate our podcast.
You survived another year.
Well,
it was a rough year this year, though, bud.
We got close.
Okay, so we try to keep our podcast very positive and non-controversial, so that's why we haven't been talking about Aaron Carter. And
we're
obviously
not
he's not a boy band either, so we wish him well, I guess, and obviously he has a lot of demons that he needs to sort through on his own, and
this is mostly to appease Lydia, because she loves...
Thank you.
Even though she has not loved this man in many, many years.
No, it's a very weird relationship. I'm married to a person who's not Aaron Carter, so it's very like... It's like an ex-boyfriend where I still have fond memories of him, but I'm like not allowed to talk about him very much.
I feel like you haven't been following anything recently, and then you would not have fond memories.
Kind of like a little bit. I pop in here and there, and I'm like, he's doing
things that you
do. His mom is a dog. Oh, this is unfortunate.
Yeah, no. Let's just I don't even want to.
We don't want to. We're not going to address
that part out.
No.
Okay.
Drama free.
Anyways, essentially, we want to keep this drama free, and we wish him all the best, and hopefully he will be over whatever he is in a while. So anyways.
And now back to like your regularly scheduled. Let's take a break. Let's have fun. Let's talk
Let's
about
have
good
fun.
shit.
Fun.
Couple of newsy items before we really get into it, just because we've been off, and I feel like we haven't done that in a little while.
Yeah, we used to do that all the time.
We used to update.
Harry Styles has a new album coming out next week, so we're pre-recording a lot. So, but if you would like us to review that album, we could definitely do that in the new year. So leave us a comment, tweet us, something.
Do we know what the album's called?
Send a carrier pigeon. It's called shit. I know it. I knew
it's called shit.
Please do not send a carrier pigeon. I am not a fan of birds. I also feel like from 1D, I want to say Louis.
They all have new music
doing
coming out.
New music and doing a tour as well.
That was very like last minute.
Yeah, I feel like they just kind of like randomly come up with things, which is kind of nice of the newer-ish era boy bands where they just kind of like do stuff as opposed to are boy bands who claim they're going to do a Christmas album and then decide not to.
Sorry,
It's
it's
coming
called
next year,
Fine Line.
Okay.
So if you would like to hear a review of that album, let's be honest, the people in this room aren't going to like voluntarily listen to that for our own enjoyment, but we would do it for you guys.
Thank you for that. Yes, I agree.
I'm not
like,
trying to lie here. I'm going to be
just-
honest with the people.
Just
honest.
based on singles, Harry's music is not a style of music I am a fan of, but I'd be willing to take one for the team if you guys want that.
We'll do it for you guys.
Or if you want us, if you'd rather us review Westlife or
that album
BB
coming
Mac
out?
or anything, they just came out this last month or so.
Yeah, we haven't
as
gotten
well.
a
We
lot
haven't-
of like feedback saying that you guys want that, which is why we're not doing it. But like,
If you want it, let us know.
yeah.
So yeah.
The other thing that I kind of wanted to bring up, and then again, run it by you guys, our listeners. So there was like a little bit of drama around Simon Cowell and how like he was under investigation for like abusing his bands and being like racist and
Yeah,
homophobic
I just saw something on Twitter
and all this
about
stuff, and
that.
I was like, shit, Simon's the new Lou. Like nothing sexual,
British Lou.
nothing sexual, but like a lot of shit. And I was like, oh, because we've speculated about Simon Cowell before being
Yeah.
kind
Well,
of
he
shady.
does have quite of that mean persona and stuff.
Right. And then we talked about, like, speaking of Harry and 1D, like, we've talked about, the boys in 1D talking about how being in One Direction was so terrible. And it's like, oh, maybe this is the reason it was so terrible. And with Simon Cowell out of the picture, maybe they'd reunite. Who knows? I mean, Harry's got his own
Oh.
thing going on, and Niall's got his own. Like, they all seem to be doing their solo thing right now. But, like, I could see in, like, 5-ish years. I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
So
You never know.
if that's
Finally,
something,
it's coming to light.
that's something I'll keep my eye on, just sort of for like more updates. And if you'd like to hear more about this story, again, you need to let us know. I want to know what you guys want to hear. So
Lydia also wants to hear that story.
I'm
so
intrigued by this.
yeah, please,
You know what
please
is also
comment.
intriguing is that I was doing a little research for New Kids on the Block, and I was looking up Maurice Starr because I was just like, Maurice was kind of like the Lou of the day. But
Maurice. I thought you said Marie.
I
I'm
heard
like,
Marie
Ooh,
too,
sorry,
yeah.
Maurice Starr,
uh-huh.
2 R's. That's not his real name, according to the internet. Anyways, he
What?
obviously I
Show
know.
business people don't have the real name.
Anywho, I was looking to see if there was any like dirt on him because I feel like all of these mogul people everyone always hates, but I'm like, I can't find anything, and it seems that he's like a stand-up guy that the guys still keep in contact with and stuff. So
could be.
I don't know.
So I'm
The
like,
internet
that's-
wasn't around back then.
no, like even just recently, like an interview, like I guess the boys were down in Florida where he is right now, and they went to, I guess he's sick, so they went to go visit him either in the hospital or
Not
something.
every mogul is terrible.
I know, right? But I just feel like because of Lou, you just automatically assume that everybody else is crazy.
Well-
Boy Band Con is now available to watch for free on YouTube.
Nice.
Finally.
So you can watch it, but you can also listen to our 2 Lou episodes. I want to say it was around episode 14 is just Lou. And then we also have one where we review the Boy Band Con, which is the documentary that Lance Bass put out.
And it's actually pretty good.
And it's really good, and it has a
Really
good
good.
background. And I've been listening to Lance's podcast. Sorry for mentioning it again, but the Daily
Not
Podcast.
really sorry.
He is working on a Lou biopic actually.
Good.
Nice.
So that should
Interesting.
they're in the writing stages right now. But so it probably won't be another few years until it comes out. But he's definitely working on that as well.
Shout out to Lance.
Good job.
Lance
You a
Bass.
real one. Anyways, let's get into the real topic of today, which is another review of an album from the past. We're going to do Hangin' Tough from New Kids on the
Hangin'
Block.
Tough.
Hangin' Tough.
That's great.
Rough.
I meant to
Thank
bring
you. I
up
think that was
a
wonderful.
track listing and I forgot.
I got it here.
Yeah, of
Woo!
course. Can you tell me who produced it and which butt cheek was itched that day?
As you can see, I am saluting you all.
True.
Saluting you all
Thank
with
you,
one
Lydia.
finger. So
That's
there
what
you
we were
go.
all thinking.
Okay, just so you know, this particular Wikipedia article does not say the producer. However, it's more interesting because it has the writer, and then it has who has the lead vocals, which I
Oh,
feel
that's
like that's actually
nice.
better.
That's
Like we
different.
know who doesn't.
Does it say if
They had
any of
5
them
sing-
sneezed?
Suck it. So there's 5 singles that were released, and this album.
I love razzing you, bud.
It's fun.
This album was
Because
released
you're
September
so
6th,
positive.
1988.
Wow.
So
I
how
was
old were
3
you?
years old.
Me too.
Ditto.
I was 5, 6. No, I was 5 because my birthday's not till September 9th. So there you go. So,
Okay.
sorry.
Please don't use this information for identity fraud.
I already said our birthdays. Anyways, yeah, so this was their second studio album, and it was regarded as the breakthrough album of the group's career.
Wow. Anyways, let's get on with it, because it's been 10 minutes, and we haven't even started.
Okay, so
All right. First song is what?
you got it. The right stuff.
I love this song. So catchy.
The writer is Maurice Starr, and your lead vocals are Jordan Knight and Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh, Donnie.
So I thought that this was timeless. It's a timeless song. Nice, tough guy persona. Very sexy. It was also parodied by Weird Al, The White Stuff. So that was the Oreo cookie.
Not
So it's forever
Oreo.
popular. What's in the middle? The white stuff. Okay.
We should get Oreos.
okay.
Next.
Anyways, so yeah, no, I really like it. I feel like it's kind of like one of the quintessential New Kids on the Block songs that pretty much everybody knows. And that's the one that has the little dance with the shoulder where they're like kind of like, and then they
Is
go
that
can
not
see you,
the
yeah, they do the little leg thingy.
Yeah,
and then they
yeah,
also
yeah.
do the
Nice.
thing from their chest where they're like throwing out
brushing
their
off.
hand. I don't know.
Towards the shoulder. I'm
what's
trying to describe
happening,
this
man?
because Shalita keeps doing it into the microphone.
I just okay. So anyways,
see what
here's the thing. So this morning I decided I wanted to look up their music videos. Okay. So then I made all these awesome notes about their music videos, and then I left the notes at home. So this one, if I
Literally
recall,
Chinzia's life.
if I recall correctly, this one is all black and white, which seemed to be quite the rage.
Yes,
of
I
these
think
movies.
that's.
And
I'm sorry, are we doing music video? Because I didn't really look at the music.
No, it
Chinzia
doesn't
is.
matter.
I never
Can I not-
asked you guys
can I
to, but
talk?
Yes,
But
you can. Yes,
not all
sorry.
of them have music videos. And then they had, so they're dancing. They do their signature dance move, which apparently no one else remembers, or I'm just doing a terrible rendition of it.
No, I know what you're
And then
talking
they're driving
about.
around a convertible. They pick up some girls, and they run around and chase the girls in a cemetery in a very romantic way. I was just like, what is going on?
That nothing
Well, the
screams
80s, right?
romance.
The 80s.
Yes.
It's a different time.
Dying to be together.
Nothing
So
screams
this one's-
romance like a cemetery.
Yes, I think they're just dying to hook up. Okay, anyways, this
my
is. I
joke.
feel like this is a good song. I really like it.
I think it was a
and
good way
it's very
to open
catchy.
the album.
They perform it really well in concerts. When this song is on, everybody's like losing their minds and going well. So yeah, I like
Aside from maybe like Step by Step, I'd say this is like their like second most,
biggest song.
yeah.
I was annoyed that Step by Step wasn't in this album, but I'm like, oh yeah, they need
this
more
is-
than one album.
Yes.
They have more than one.
Yes.
What?
What?
Chris?
Yeah, I would just also like to say that if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know my story about New Kids and how like I didn't like them in the early 90s because my reading buddy was making me listen to New Kids on the Block instead of actually reading because I was a nerd. And this was like one of the songs she kept trying to get me to sing. She was like, come on, you could just do the like, oh. And I was like, I don't want to. Anyways, carry on. What's the second song?
Please don't go, girl. That was really wrong.
You
Sorry.
would ruin my whole world.
All right. So writer Maurice Starr and lead vocals Joey and Jordan. Which for some reason, I just always assumed this was the Joey song because in concert it is.
Yeah.
But when I was watching the video, I was like, oh, Joey and Jordan do sing quite a bit of this song.
It's just, it's known as the Joey song,
Yeah.
but the fact that he's
Jordan
like,
has another song on this album too that he sings, so that's probably why they gave it to Joey.
the fact that Joey's like 5 when he's
Holy
doing
crap.
this,
I'm
like-
watching the music video and I was like, how old are you? Like, he's like 12. He's very young.
He looks
Very
like a
young.
child.
Yeah,
I remember.
Still don't like this
There's
song.
2 music videos for this, by the
Yes,
way.
and I remember the one they're all like pursuing the same girl. I think I mentioned this before. And then there was this like video on trial. It used to be this thing on Much Music, and they were like, Joey's like chasing after his babysitter.
So having freshly watched, so the first music video is kind of like black and white, and there's some girls and they're going around and playing basketball or whatever, traditional boy band thing. But the second one is in color,
Ooh.
and it's actually Danny's girlfriend that that's breaking up. So he's having a conversation with her. She's like, blah blah blah, I'm leaving. She takes a suitcase. The other boys just happen to be waltzing down the street, and they're like, oh no, my babysitter's leaving.
Exactly.
So Joey has like these yellow flowers, and he's like, so it's really like,
please don't go,
and then he's like, please don't go. So like, hey, this is my bro Danny's girlfriend. Please don't go. Is what I feel from that music video.
Nice.
And then they end up going to a concert. Oh, then they randomly chase her to a subway station at one point, and she's like just very stoic face, and she's kind of has her suitcase, and they're like, please don't go, and she's like, meh, and she's like walks onto the subway.
Meh.
And then they're performing a concert, and then there's like one empty seat at the concert.
And it's
then,
hers.
And then she ends up coming, and she's smiling while they're singing this, and then it pans at the very end, very artistically, to the suitcase that's off to the side of the stage. So, assuming she got back together with Danny and I guess the rest of the band. So,
she was back to being Joey's babysitter.
yes. So I know this is like one of the biggest songs, but I am not a fan of this song.
I have in my notes that Chinzi is not a fan of this song.
It's so high pitched, and then
I hate this song so much.
And
I'm sorry.
everybody loves this. I know they love it, but then Joey does this thing, and like Sophia and I have this like thing now in concerts where we will guess how long Joey will dramatically cry at the end of the stage.
Please don't go.
Please don't go. And then he just keeps going, and then he just like breaks down, and I was just like, and everybody loves it, and I'm just like,
at one point it was like 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
I think that was like one of the records, and I was just like,
like,
oh my
stop.
God, I'm gonna please go, like get on to the next song. So yeah. Sorry.
So I'm gonna say this is a thumbs down for me.
Okay, so for me, so this is my notes were Chinzi's favorite song performed in concert, LOL, which is exactly why you say. Also, Aaron Carter did a cover of this as well. I just gotta say it, okay? AC, okay. But if you listen to it now, it's a bit cringy, but the message is still clear. Don't go, girl.
Like, it's a nice enough song, but it's just like,
It's just not for me.
Not my favorite.
We've mentioned before, though, that like generally we're not ballady people. We prefer upbeat songs. So there's also that.
Yes.
Moving along, speaking of ballads, to song number 3.
I'll Be Loving You Forever.
I'll be loving
This is the Jordan song.
Written by Maurice Starr and lead vocal Jordan Knight.
So that's probably why they gave the other song to Joey.
Yes. Jordan also has a pretty high voice too, eh?
Sure does.
I'm also not a fan of this one. This one was a little bit too much as well for me in the concert.
So I was listening to this. Whenever I do album listens, I always like rope Kenny into listening to them with me because I'm like, if I'm listening to this, you're listening to this. So, it hit her elbow. I'm sorry. Okay, are you okay there, bud? That looked like it was very painful.
It hit the funny bone.
Oh God. Well, Kenny said that this music was very cheesy from a very bad romance movie, and this is definitely, I can tell it's a pre-puberty song. A lot of high notes, but it's not bad. It's very ballady.
He still has the high notes.
No, he did it. He did it in concert.
It's a falsetto. He still does it.
It wasn't.
Okay. So pre and post puberty. Puberty.
Okay, I just want to state right now that we really do like the New Kids on the Block.
we
so
do,
I apologize
100%.
in advance if it sounds like we're not fans of them.
Listen,
I'm a fan of their older stuff.
I just feel
This
like
is
they
their
have
older stuff.
Sorry, when they are older, their newer stuff.
I feel like the upbeat stuff is more awesome than the ballady things that they do.
I'm always a fan of not ballads.
that's just the problem. And honestly, like, we talk shit about everyone. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
that's true. We do.
Chinzia loves Chris Kirkpatrick more than anyone in this world, and all we do is talk crap about him.
And he
know,
also
so
has
it's
a
fine.
falsetto. I'm not the best fit man of his voice. I like him as a person.
We know.
Yeah, I don't know. If I had to choose between I'll Be Loving You and Please Don't Go Girl, I don't know. I think maybe.
No, I like Please Don't Go Girl better,
Yeah, I think
personally.
I would, yeah.
And it's
Choose
just
because
like, it has,
I hate them both. Sorry.
it has nothing to do with like Joey or Jordan or anything like that. I just think it's a better song.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah.
I don't know. I just haven't had the best interactions with Jordan over the years, so maybe
Yeah,
that
there's
also
that too.
Yeah, there's that
doesn't
too.
help out. Not that
Anyways.
anything's been bad. It's just he's just not as outgoing as other boy banders.
Yeah, it's like
just
when
kinda
you,
like-
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
If you go directly from Donnie to Jordan, it's kind of
Oh,
underwhelming.
Like, hello. Yeah, of course.
Anyways.
All right, next, Cover Girl, written by Maurice Starr.
Wow, guy's on
Lead
fire.
vocal, Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah.
That's his solo song.
I love this song.
Yeah, I like it.
I think it's super fun and just like, she's my cover girl.
Oh.
And the official video for this is from, I guess they did like a live in New York thing.
Okay.
And then they pull like a little girl on stage and he sings to her and stuff. And it's just like,
Don't they always do that at the concert
Yes,
too?
they do.
Pull a little kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're safe.
That's true.
So for me, I was confused because RuPaul has a song called Cover Girl, and it's very different. Cover Girl, put the face in your walk, head to toe, make your whole body talk. Anyways, so like I was like, whenever I think of Cover Girl, I think of RuPaul. So then when I listened to this, I was like, oh, like so my notes were like, oh, it's not bad. But then as I was coming out of the house, like I was like it was like
It's
like
like it
in
gets
the brain.
stuck in your ear, man. It's an earworm.
Even
It's very catchy.
me and Kenny were like singing it on the way to come get you. We're like,
She's my cover girl.
So,
The thing
Very
about New
catchy.
Kids is, and we were talking about this earlier, their songs don't have a ton of lyrics. Like, it's a lot of repetitiveness, which I feel like is great, especially for like a tween audience at this time, because it gets stuck in your head.
Yes.
And like repetition is good for kids, like just, in terms of their development. And so it's just like, they were just like, Maurice Starr was obviously like, how we're going to get the kids? So they're just going to like get hooked on these songs and remember them because it's just like the same 25 words over and over and over again,
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
I agree.
Yes.
So yes, Cover Girl, great. Next.
Okay. Next one is I Need You.
This song was
Written
so
by
boring.
Maurice Starr, and leads are Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah, sorry, this song is not good.
My only notes were
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember. I know I listened to this, but I can't remember it. But it's not I Need You. Who's that?
That's Nick Carter.
That's the Nick
I
Carter
need
song.
tonight.
Come on.
The Millennium
That is a
album.
good song, man.
Yeah.
Can't even talk.
Obviously.
Okay, how does this I Need You go?
I can't think of it right now. I'm trying to clear my brain.
Need you.
No.
No, I don't
No,
know.
it's
That's-
very slow.
Yeah, I can't.
It's obviously not a standout track.
I listened to
I feel like you would
No,
remember
I
like
remember
some
I was
of it.
listening to it this morning, and I remember
was a
saying I
memorable
liked
song.
it.
You did?
I think so.
I don't think you did.
No, I don't think that was
buddy,
a no.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No, I thought it was good. There was one that was weird, and I didn't like it.
Maybe
as much.
this is the one that was
No,
weird.
I think is the other one. No, I think it's okay. I can't like my mind has literally gone blank now.
Yeah, like
so I
we're
feel
all looking
really
at you
bad.
like we know
Yeah,
you,
we
and
know
I don't
you
think
very
you
well.
like this
I don't
song.
think
Could I pause this podcast and listen to it quickly?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go stay. Yay, I like it because everybody else hates it. So,
Okay.
all right.
I
One
mean,
Devil's
Oops.
advocate as usual.
You know what? I really like Donnie Wahlberg, and I like his. I didn't realize he actually sang because I feel like mostly I just picture him as a
like
rapper.
talking, singing.
So yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Next.
Okay. Next is Hangin' Tough, written by
Maurice Starr.
lead vocals Donnie Wahlberg.
Was it Maurice Starr? Were we
Yeah,
right?
you
Oh,
were
Maurice
right.
Starr.
oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
This is a really good song. Classic.
Hangin' Tough.
I
They
love
have a
it.
good dance for that.
oh.
So catchy.
Oh.
But see what I mean? Like that, is like 50% of the lyrics.
I know, but it's so good.
But it's good. I'm
and
not saying it's
everyone
bad.
will sing along
Catchy.
to it.
And
because
that's
everyone knows that
exactly
song.
it,
That's
right?
like a
That's
great
exactly it. It's like you don't need a ton of lyrics.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like shove weird words in there like Maganette.
Oh,
yeah.
O-Town.
Good point. Good point.
You know, just to say it.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yes.
Mine was effing beautiful, classic, powerful. Love it. Those was my notes.
Like the boy
you
bands
from
are
New
like
Jersey?
known for the like la 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 la's. I think we talked about that in the O-Town album review too. Like that's how you get the catchy songs, man.
That's right. Thanks.
New Kids paved the way.
Do you remember? I don't know if you remember, but I remember that when it was a cold night on the streets.
Cold night
In
on
the
the
streets
street.
of
Okay.
Toronto, we had the Fisher Price tape recorder, and we only had one cassette tape, and it was Hangin' Tough. And I kept playing it over and over because I'm like, just like the cold was starting to set in, and we're just like, do you not
I'm
remember
trying
this?
to remember which
This is
one.
when we saw PJ
Chris?
Phil. This is when we saw
You
PJ
were
Phil.
waiting to go
Oh,
into
this is when we were camping out for Much Music wristbands for the MMVAs.
And the MVAs. That's right, exactly. And I remember this Hangin' Tough cassette was like, it was just like, I'm like, this is the only thing keeping me alive right now.
Okay, overly dramatic,
keeping Lydia alive.
I don't remember what the B-tape side was, but like I kept rewinding it on the Fisher-Price tape recorder, and I'm like,
I love that Fisher-Price tape recorder.
Oh,
Hangin' Tough.
Yeah, it was.
I'm so fucking cold.
Yeah. So, anyways, I have fond memories of Hangin'
Well,
Tough.
why do boy bands only come when it's cold out?
No, fun fact, they changed the MMVAs to the summer.
And then they stopped the
And now they just don't do it at all anymore.
I was so bummed because I volunteered last year, and now
Not last year, 2 years ago.
No, last year,
Isn't that
because
long?
this year they didn't do one.
Why not?
Well, okay.
There was no
sure.
music this year.
They didn't have any good bands this year, so they had no one.
Nobody wanted to
So
come?
like the year that I did, it was like Shawn Mendes.
But didn't they
and,
also
like,
change it to
Marshmello.
like some iHeart thing?
Yeah, it's iHeart.
iHeartRadio.
But it wasn't, and it's not the MMVAs anymore.
It is. It's the iHeartRadio MMVAs or whatever. But they didn't. So I volunteered. I was Bulow's band's wrangler 2 years ago. I guess a year and a half ago.
Who's that?
It was a bad song.
She's a girl. She has a couple of songs. But
Well, I
yeah, it
mean,
was
she
weird.
sang a song. It's like,
I was hoping for 98 Degrees so bad. And
I
didn't.
know.
No, you messaged
Yes.
us.
Yes.
it's about like cheating.
This is not a love song.
Yeah. Wish I could tell you, but I love you, but I can't.
Anyways,
That
long
song.
story
That's
short,
Bulo.
has nothing to do with New Kids.
Okay, sorry, continue.
Yeah, so
My only point was that they moved that award show to the summer, and then I feel like
it used to be Father's
Backstreet
Day
Boys
weekend
came
back in the
once.
day.
Yeah,
It
they
used to
did,
be
yeah.
Father's Day,
yeah,
and then it
and they moved it to like September.
September, yeah.
Yeah,
Then it got canceled the year of 9/11. There was like a whole bunch of
there was a lot of
there
things
was a lot
happening.
of like random. Anyways, yeah. So
Carrying on.
I don't know if the New Kids have ever been at the Much Music Video Awards. I'm assuming probably.
I don't
your
think so.
elbow.
No,
Stop hitting your elbow.
I'm not
Okay.
hitting my elbow.
What's the next song?
Number 7.
Okay, so the song is called "I Remember When."
Uh-huh.
It is written by,
Maurice
Star.
Starr.
but also
Whoa.
Eban Kelly and Jimmy Randolph.
Okay.
And the lead singer of this is Joey McIntyre.
Nice.
This song is meh.
So
I didn't like it.
when I read the name, I was like, oh, I remember when. I'm like, oh, I know that song. And I was like singing it. And then I was just like,
I know who sings
but I'm
that.
like, I don't think that. So then I went to go listen to it. And I was like, oh, the version I'm thinking must be a different version.
Yes.
For the different boy band. And then
Yes.
I looked at the lyrics. And I was like, no, this is two entirely different songs. So the New Kids song is called I Remember When. The 5 song
That's
is
it.
called
That's them.
When I Remember When.
When I remember when.
remember
No
when.
sense.
Yes,
It's
that's
a beautiful
exactly what I
song.
was thinking.
So I feel like my opinion of this song has been tainted because I was thinking of the 5 song. And I was just like, oh, that's such a good song. And I was like, this one's kind of crap. So
This one's another very. I keep remembering when.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
So when I started,
Yes.
when I initially put this on, Kenny immediately started laughing as soon as the song began. So I was like, "Oh God!" And then, but this is very just ballady, and again, I'm not a fan of ballads, and but everyone likes their own thing. And
That's true. Yeah, we
I
don't
like
all
pretty
have to
songs,
agree
man.
all the time, right?
yeah.
Correct.
All right. Should we go to number 8?
Number 8.
what you gonna do about
Got
it? And
Maybe
that
I'm
is
thinking
Maurice Starr.
Bad.
And actually, the lead vocals are, okay, you'll get a kick out of this,
Oh, John.
Jordan Knight, Donnie Wahlberg, Danny Wood, Joey McIntyre.
John just took a holiday.
I don't
Poor
know.
John.
We love you, John.
What you gonna do about it?
I was gonna say a lot of like the music videos that I was seeing lately were like, in particular to this album was like everyone was wearing like black leather looking tough, and then you got John in like an orange shirt,
Bright orange shirt,
And it's like,
yeah.
what the hell is this?
That's
The
80s,
shy one
man.
let him stand out. I also noticed in the music videos, the ones that were actual videos, they would always have 3 microphones for some reason. I guess they couldn't afford 5. So it would either be
why.
like
It's like a Kevin Jonas thing.
Either way, so it'd be like Joey would be singing, Jordan would be singing on another microphone, and the other 3 were on the 3rd microphone, or it'd be Jordan and then 2 and 2. So like, but yes, John always shared microphones. So
Poor John.
Well,
yes,
I'm not gonna
whatever.
say anything.
So what
I
you
roll
gonna do
complete.
about it? How does this song go?
Where's much am I gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
What
is a
am I
New
gonna
Kids
do
song.
is that again. We keep harping back to this O-Town album,
Oh,
but
I don't think that's even. Is that what the song's called?
no, it's not called "What You Gonna Do."
It's called.
It's I think
What
it's
You
just
Wanna
called
Do, I
What You
think.
Wanna Do, but whatever.
Anyways, apparently all boy bands kind of base their song titles off of this particular album, Hangin Tough. So kudos to Maurice Starr for...
Lou was like, what do we call the next song? Bring up that New Kids album again. How can we rearrange these words?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think this is the one that I was listening to, and I was like, what the heck am I listening to?
Yeah, this one's
Yeah,
weird.
this one's not that great.
This is another one that just like... this is a pretty good album overall. Mm-hmm. This one and the Need You Girl, what was that one? I Need You. They're the weak 2 tracks on the album, but the rest of it's pretty good. For me, personally.
So, well, like, when I listened to this, Kenny was like, it's not terrible. But for me, I was like, it's actually not bad. It has a good beat. If I zone out and come back and I still like it, it's a good song. But, I mean, I shouldn't be zoning out during a song. But this is kind of it's 50% pass. It's or 60%. It's a college pass. But it's not, like, the best song of all time. No.
Sophia, you agree? We're all good on this one?
I already said what my...
Yep. Okay. So number 9 is My Favorite Girl.
You're my favorite girl. Oh, you're my favorite girl. I like this one.
So this is written by
Maurice Starr,
Jordan Knight, Donnie Wahlberg, and Danny Wood.
I give it a thumbs up. I like this one.
They all wrote it, and the lead vocals are Jordan and Danny.
Nice.
Look at that. Go, Danny.
I kind of, I mean, when I listen to them back to back, I obviously don't. But in my mind, I sometimes get this song and CoverGirl confused.
Yes,
same,
for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, which one is which?
It has girl
Maybe
in
because
the,
they
in
both
the
say
title.
girl in it, but that's the same.
And
like,
I feel like maybe the
like
underlying...
I literally was just thinking that right before I said favorite girl, and I was like, oh, I'm like, no, that's CoverGirl.
Maybe the underlying beat is kind of similar. I don't know. I just like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, wait. I have to like really think which one is which, because CoverGirl and Favorite Girl, like for some reason, I just get them confused.
They performed this one in concert quite a bit. I think it was probably released as a single.
They did this at mixtape for sure, and CoverGirl, I think, and like a lot of these songs.
Yeah, this song is very catchy. I like it.
This song, you can tell its age. It has a lot of synth in it. So much synth keyboard. It's like, oh my God. But it's not a bad song. It has a good message.
I wonder if they had a keytar. Is that
yeah,
what
could have been. Could have been, yeah. And I was like, am I the favorite girl?
Yes.
You are.
I am.
You're his favorite girl, Lydia.
And then I looked, and then Kenny's like, yes, you're my favorite girl. I'm like, yes! Yes, we're making progress. Yes.
Well done, Kenny.
Yay. So I liked it. It was all right. But yeah, I think CoverGirl's better. The 100%.
Oh, between the two?
Yeah, between the two, CoverGirl's my favorite.
I don't know. I like
Favorite Girl's
I like
good.
Favorite Girl too. I don't know.
They're just so similar. Like, I feel like I can't choose between the two.
I don't think they're that, like, CoverGirl's a lot more, like, upbeat. She's my cover girl. Oh. And then, you're my favorite girl. Oh. Okay, maybe there's...
I don't know. They're very... Like, you literally just did that back to back, and I'm like, I know they're different songs, but it's like... It sounds a lot alike. Not gonna lie.
That's okay.
Yeah, but they're still good songs.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying it's... I like both the songs. They're both good songs. It's just, I get them confused.
Understandable.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, number 10 is Hold On.
Again.
Not by Wilson Phillips.
Thank you. I know. It's like, someday somebody's going to make you want to turn around and
say
say goodbye.
Till then, baby, we're going to let you hold it down and make you cry. Don't you know?
Don't you know? Things will change.
Things will go your way if you hold on for one more day.
That is not this song.
Okay. But, so please sing a part of this song.
Baby.
So not the most memorable song.
Okay, so this one is written by
Maurice Starr.
Excellent, and the lead vocal is Danny Wood.
Yeah.
No wonder I
I
didn't
feel
like it.
like, was this the one? This was the one where there was a lot of
John.
guitar.
I'm kidding.
There was a lot of guitar or bass, so it almost sounded like...
And it's all just like, hold on, girl, hold on. Ooh, girl, hold on. Like,
What are you holding on to?
that's the whole song.
Wouldn't you like to know?
His controller. No.
But like, I felt like there was like a guitar solo, or there was some other stuff in here, and I was like, that's cool if they were the ones playing the instruments, but they're not. So it felt kind of strange. I don't know.
Very 80s sounding.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
had a meh.
Really. It's like, girl, let's rock around the clock. we can dance until we stop or something like that. And I was like, what am I listening to? Like, oh, I don't know.
This one did not age well.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have.
But
closed with
this album is 21 years old.
I got the chorus. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Da-da-da-da. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Like, I was just like, what?
So maybe
what is
this
this?
supposed to be more of like a rocker kind of theme
I don't know
song.
what it is. It's a last song on the album. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But see, you know what? Okay, so like.
It's not a good closer.
No, it's not a good closer. Do you know
But the
other
closers are never that good.
No. They are. Remember the other New Kids? Let's sing with the bang.
Yes.
That's a great one. Or
Is that 10?
welcome to the block party. Like
that one ends.
That one ends. I'm pretty sure that one ends it.
I love that song.
I love it too.
God.
It's
It's
so good in
yes.
concert. It just like really like.
Oh my! I just want to
Yeah.
like jump out of my seat and like leap into the air, like
Catch on fire. Catch on fire.
And then tell fire.
We had a different song. Sorry.
I want to see New Kids again.
So like this is the thing. So like I am not. I guess I was not from this time. I was more for the back.
It's true.
time.
We're also not from this time.
I know. But just like so, like
Three of
I
them
like.
are the same age, and they're just
Always
like.
gets it mixed up. It's so fun.
I know, but just like I like New Kids' newer stuff. That's my
No,
personal
honestly, in truth,
I
though,
like the upbeat songs for New Kids on the Block.
and we
This
didn't
is a
really.
beat.
Yeah, so we really didn't get into New Kids until. Like I know me and Lydia did it until after they were already done their first run, right?
I
So
was
when
3 when this came out, so no, I wasn't listening. I was too busy
understand
listening to
how
like
these-
Raffi and Sharon, Lois, and Bram. You know?
What's wrong with you, bud?
Same. Like we didn't like literally. My only knowledge of New Kids on the Block was our friend Teresa St. Julian.
Yes.
Was obsessed. Had the sheets, had the dolls, had all this stuff. And we're like,
She did.
We're just like, I don't know, New Kids. Okay, cool. But like when they came back, approximately 10 years ago ish.
I want to say it was 2008.
Okay.
Something like
So
that.
10 or 11 years ago when they came back. From then, I was just like, holy crap, these are amazing. And then obviously they took like the big hit songs from their past
Well, and
albums.
they recently re-released this album,
Yes.
right?
So they just had the 30th anniversary, and there's a couple of extra bonus tracks. So I'm just going to quickly go over which ones those are.
on the new one or
On the 30th anniversary.
30th
edition.
anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah. So they had Please Don't Go Girl extended version. Right
Extended
Stuff.
version. Yay!
So pretty much, okay, so essentially there was, oh God, it's probably Joey singing like,
Please don't go.
Please don't go.
I almost bought this package. Like it was a pretty cool package that came out. It came with like cassette, vinyl, like thing. They had like cool like merch. It was a pretty cool package, but I'm like, I'm poor and I'm not going to buy it. So, and Sophia and I had gone last year to the Apollo Theater to go see them. So, which was really cool to kind of see all the New Kids fans. Anyways, so on the new version, they have covers and remixes of Please Don't Go Girl, You Got It the Right Stuff, I'll Be Loving You, Hangin' Tough, Cover Girl. Then they also have 3 new songs, and I only know 2 of them. So the one that I don't know is the last one called The Way. Do you guys know that one?
I remember that when we have talked about this album coming out when it came out, and we had said that there was 3 songs. One was 80s Baby, one is Boys in the Band, and then
The
we
Way.
said there's a 3rd song that we haven't listened to, but we were going to listen to, and then I don't know if we ever did.
I don't think we did.
We didn't.
Okay, so we won't talk about that one, but 80s Baby,
Was awesome.
We
I
love
liked it,
that.
yeah.
So Sophia and I actually got to hear that for the first time when they were doing their Apollo Theater thing, and that's the
concert.
one with. It has Salt and Peppa, Naughty by Nature, Tiffany, and Debbie Gibson. So we really like that one. And we've also discussed this in great length on one of our previous episodes, Boys in the Band.
We love
Oh,
that
Boy
one.
Band
Such a good
anthem.
song.
I love it. We wanted to have that as our kind of intro to this podcast, but we haven't figured out how to not pay money for it. So that is
You know what? If it's a reasonable amount, I'll even pay it.
I just don't
I
understand
just
how that works. So we can't.
Don't know how it works.
Yeah, so we like the boys in the band. And it's just really nice that they pay homage to all the other boy bands that came after them, which were probably all influenced by this album and the other New Kids album.
So
So,
true.
like,
Very true.
indeed.
But then like there's the purists, so like actually the Beatles.
New
were
Edition, and yes, so
Oh,
obviously
God.
there's
there. Okay. Yeah.
Maurice Starr was with New Edition as well. He discovered
Oh,
them, so
cool.
yes.
No, but like we've said it before, if we're talking about the traditional five-member boy band with the dancing and the singing and the like. We got the bad boy and the boy next door and the young one and the older brother and all that stuff. That's New Kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's the first
quintessential.
Yeah. They hit every single mark on that boy band checklist. There are boy bands today that don't even do that.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean?
And let's see how successful they are.
It's boy bands of today are
bands.
different than the boy bands.
Oh,
of
I was just more
yesteryear.
thinking, like, you know, people are like, Jonas Brothers are in a boy band. No, they're a brother band. I get
Yes,
it. But,
it's
like,
true.
Boy band adjacent.
whatever.
Whatevs.
They fall in the bracket.
So, as a whole, what did you guys think of this particular album?
I thought it was pretty good.
It's good. I like it. Are we going to do our top
You want to
three?
do top three?
Sure.
Yes.
Do you
Oh,
need,
we
to,
usually
do you need
do.
the list of top three? Or do you have
I
it on your
have
phone?
the list.
So
Okay.
I'll go first. Mine's Right Stuff, Hanging Tough, and Favorite Girl.
All right. So mine is Right Stuff, Hangin' Tough, and Cover Girl.
Same as Lydia.
Yeah, Cover Girl, Hangin' Tough, and Right Stuff. And with Favorite Girl as an honorable mention. And then I'm also going to say that of the newer songs, I like Boys in the Band.
I also like Boys in the
Are we
Band.
going to? We're not going now. We going to
Come on, if we're including that, that's
Cheating.
my first then. Come on.
Okay, so if we include 80s Baby and Boys in the Band, does that change?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes, it does.
To
That's-
be
Okay.
Boys in the Band, 80s Baby, and then Right Stuff.
We need to have the classic as if we were back
Okay.
in 1982.
it came out in
88.
88.
We were not born.
Right. No, I know. Yeah.
I was born in 82.
I wouldn't put 80s Baby in my top three,
No, I
but
wouldn't
Boys in
put
the Band
Boys
for
in the Band.
shiz.
Okay, hey. If, like, we were not including that. It's not fair. Shinzia.
What a
calling you out.
cheater.
So,
Cheater,
I'm just saying,
cheater.
if you're mentioning
Pumpkin
it.
Eater.
Interesting. So my Favorite Girl was released as a single but to radio, but was not actually available for purchase as a single. And
Who knew?
this album, they sold more than 5 million.
Talking to the microphone.
They sold more than 5 million. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to see what... they had a lot of accolades. They won 2 American Music Awards for Favorite Pop Rock Album and Favorite Pop Rock Band, Duo, or Group, beating Paula Abdul and Bobby Brown, so and Bon Jovi and Milli Vanilli. So good job, guys. Last
Hey.
Ooh.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yes.
All right. Ooh.
All right.
On that note,
Well, I would just like to say
Platinum.
that we will be continuing along this
Oh.
path of... Do you have any last
Sorry, I just wanted to,
words?
like...
Of course she does.
I found the sales thing. So they went 8 times platinum in the U.S., so they sold over 8 million copies of this album. Canada, they went diamond, so they sold 1 million, and platinum and gold around other places as well. So very,
Around
very
other
big
places.
selling
Around
album.
other places.
Germany,
So
Finland,
you can look that up for
Japan.
yourself.
There you go.
Anyways, we will be continuing down this path of reviewing old albums. So don't forget to also leave us comments, suggestions for what other old albums you would like us to review.
Again,
You
you
know?
can reach out to us on all of our social media. So we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at boybandbreak, BREAK. Or you can email us, boybandbreak@gmail.com.
It works. People have been emailing us.
Yay.
So, you know, we get your emails, we get your DMs, we get your comments.
Oh, should we talk about?
No.
Nope.
Okay, never mind. All right. Well,
Spoiler alert.
We'll leave that on the social medias then.
Yes.
Anyways, thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.